So then, back to Movieverse. So this is Cyberverse Decepticon Hatchet, and he is pretty cool. Now the Cyberverse is basically just a renamed version of the for the Movieverse called for the Scout class figures, and that's pretty much what this guy is. He's just a little Decepticon guy who isn't in any other size, so that's why I got him. See, I wouldn't want to waste any money on a small version of a figure that's already pretty big in another size class, so I decided to get just the guys that aren't. And as we've seen, these guys can also be pretty cool. So then, what about the airplane mode? Well, it looks basically like a Movieverse sort of Seeker, kinda. I mean, it's got your basic sort of shape with a bunch of whole junk under there, which will come in use later. And, pretty much the rubber tip nose and all that good stuff. It looks like it's alright. It could possibly fly. You've also got these little missile things, which also can turn into these little Gatling guns, which are pretty vicious looking, actually, and you can kind of dual wield them on both wings, which I think that's pretty cool. So when viewed from above, you got this black and gold sort of color, which looks pretty nice, not to mention the double Decepticon gold symbols, which is also pretty cool. But I just can't help but get over the inexplicable claw hands back there, which, I mean, they're not thrusters or turbines or anything, obviously, because that's what those are. So these are just claws hanging out back there. But you gotta admit, they do have some molded-in landing gear. It's so thoughtful of them. And heck, in the front, they also have an actual one that comes down, too. So that's not too bad. So vehicle mode, it's alright. But then, Hatchet then transforms into his robot mode, or should I say, Puma mode? Anyway, this is Hatchet in his robot mode, and he's some sort of four-legged creature thing. Ooh, somebody's jealous. This guy's got pretty good forearm articulation. He's got elbow, shoulder, joint, even wrist even. And but the back feet aren't quite as strong on that front, and they kind of look like big pieces of feet and knee. That's pretty much it. But considering that just a few years ago these things were crap, I gotta say that the Scout line has come a long ways away. So I gotta say this is actually pretty good. He even gets to retain his dual-wielding guns up here on his shoulder blades, which looks, well, just looks terrifying actually. So yeah, I know this guy has got his faults and he's not the best, but really I kind of like him more than most of the Dark of the Moon figures, just because, well, I guess I'm kind of a sucker for the creature-shaped robots that aren't Beast Wars, and I just gotta say he just looks really neat. I mean, he's a whole heck of a lot tougher than most. So Hatchet then, is he worth it? Maybe. I'm going to give him a good solid rating of 2 stars. Not that he's bad, but he's just not great. But personally, I like him a lot, and if you see him, you should definitely get him, especially if you're a fan of the Movieverse line. And that's all I have to say about this four-legged Decepticitty. And until next time, this is Hatchet, and I'll see you guys later.